Our next destination in Ninh province is Halu, which is an ancient capital of Vietnam. As you can see, all this area is filled with hills, lot of hills and mountains, making this area really difficult for enemies to breach and defeat the king. This is the reason why the king chose this area as the capital of Vietnam some thousand years ago. Not only hills, you can also see some water bodies surrounding this hill. So it's very difficult in such a terrain for the enemy to come and defeat king and his kingdom. So we are entering this gateway to the temple of the king, and as we were entering, we could see some people with the camera wearing ancient traditional Vietnamese hat. Actually, I was really surprised to see my photo with them when I was exiting from this area. Yeah. When we were exiting from this area, they suddenly showed up with our photographs were taken very beautifully, but it's an offensive thing to take a photo of a person without permission. They had this every setup with them along with the printing machine, so they take photo and then prints it then and there. Even we got that photo, but it is offensive to take a photo without a permission. They said even if you don't have Vietnamese currency, it is okay, and they charge some 100 rupees for one photo, which I think is okay. Our guide was guiding us way to the temple, and he was also explaining the ancient history of this.
You can see that the mountains, they all surrounded this area, and the royal families, people, the residents, they are all staying inside here. Okay, so in that 10th century, we have no rulers, no kingdom. We still a small part of our big neighbor up over there. So rebellions, fighting, like a civil war inside Vietnam. So at that time, one of the young men in this area, he decided to set up the troop, defeated the old rebellions, and chose here as the capital of Vietnam during the 10th century. So his name is Ninh Linh, okay, Ninh family. Okay, so the buffalo outside there, you can see the man riding the buffalo. That is the young, the kid when he was very young, representing, okay, practicing the fighting skills and shows here at the capital after he finished, after he fighting everything, okay. So where can we escape? Okay, so for the capital here, they stay for a very short time, however, because we only need defendings at that time. 40, good for doing business. So the place we're moving to, do you know when it is? After the 42 years of the capital here, where do we move to? So 42 years with 3 different dynasties. The first one, that is the Ninh dynasty, stay here for 12 years. Second one, the Lê dynasty, stay here for 29 years. And the last one, the Lý dynasty, stay here for only 1 year. So he's the one who decided to move the capital from here to Hanoi. Okay? And they take the name of Hanoi. At that time is Thăng Long, right? Thăng Long, Rising Dragon. Okay, Rising Dragon. Have you heard about that one? No. Okay. So at that time we need a good place for developing the economy. So this area is not good, only for defending. So today we have some time to visit the temple of the Ninh King, listen to the history and the reason why they stay over there for too short. How many years for the Ninh dynasty? Remember? 12, very short one, right? Okay, we are heading inside.
Can you see these flags? Actually, these flags represents temple or festivals associated with the temples. Now, this whole area is filled with these flags. These flags are different from the flags we saw yesterday at the Tran Quak Pagoda. That is different, and these flags are also different.
It's only for temples. Temples flag, okay? And you don't see this one in the pagoda, no. So the colorful flag showing that you are near to temples and the place that is holding festival. Yes, and in the front of you here there is a dragon bed. We call this one dragon bed, but actually this is not the bed for the king or queen to sleep on it, no. Alright, so this is a gift of the Ninh people. Give it to the temple of the king. Yes, to the temple of the king when he passed away. So people, when they made this one, they remind us about the history of the era over here. So when you look at that one, you will see there is a pattern of the dragon on top of it, right? Two eyes here, and the heads. The body going all around. Mình sẽ thấy có cái chi tiết con rồng. Okay, so in Vietnam, dragon symbolize for con rồng tượng trưng cho sức mạnh, cho vua chúa, đúng không ạ? For the king, for power in Vietnam. However, there is a strange details about this dragon. Can you identify that one? Can you take a look? Tail is very pointy, right? So actually that is a female hand, right? Đây bàn tay người phụ nữ. And the female hand is holding something. Bàn tay đang nắm cái gì đấy ạ? You see?
Our guide, he was explaining that there is a hand of a female in dethroning the king. That is depicted in this stone bed. വെള്ളത്തിൽ മീനുണ്ട് കേട്ടോ. ആ സൈഡും വെള്ളത്തിൽ ഇറങ്ങാൻ പറ്റില്ല. മീനുകൾ കണ്ടോ? കുറേ മീനുണ്ട്.
Con xin phép là giới thiệu một đôi chút về lịch sử của thời kỳ nhà Ninh ở trong này. You give a little bit of introduction. Can you move a little bit up here as well? Have some more space up here. Thank you. So, yeah. Không sợ lối cho khách khác đi là được. Thank you. Thank you. Mọi người. Alright. So, when you are crossing the gate over there, we are getting inside the temple of the king. So you can see the architecture. They have a lot of influence from Chinese culture, Chinese architecture, right? 3 doorway. Okay, we call that one nghi môn. Mình gọi là hai cái cổng, nghi môn nội và nghi môn ngoại. Nghi nghĩa là nghi, it means welcoming, nghênh, and môn is mean the gates, right? Yes. Trong đền thì mình gọi là nghi môn, nhưng mà trong chùa mình sẽ không gọi là nghi môn, mình gọi là cái cổng, cái cửa, ba cái cửa đây này, nghi môn hay là gọi là nghênh môn. Trong chùa mình sẽ gọi là tam quan. Tam quan là chùa, trong đền mình gọi là nghi môn. Yes, alright, so tam quan is another type you call this one, but when in pagoda. This one is in temple, we call this one nghi môn. Alright, but they still have the same function. So king and queen go with the one in the middle. Normal people have to go on the both sides. Yes. Yeah, so that's why the one in the middle you see is forbidden. Right? Okay, and the route here is also for king and queen only. In the past, normal people have to go on both sides. However, nowadays we have no king, no queen. Say here,
So we
tourists
are the
come
king.
here.
We are the king and we are the queens.
Right, consider yourself the kings and queen, right? Yeah, similar to the root as well, right? So about the history of the of the dynasty here, the king he have the queen. Her name is Dương Vân Nga. All right, Dương is mean the sun, Vân the cloud, and the Nga is mean the beautiful lady. Right? A beautiful lady looks like a sun and the cloud. You know, very beautiful name. Yes, and she played very important role in the dynasty. Okay, so he had 3 princes as well. However, during the time he stayed here, he made big mistakes. Alright, the first one mistake, you know, is that he didn't give the throne to the eldest son, 3 prince, but favor the second one. So the first one who was born first, and alongside with the king fighting the rebellions when he grew up, when we got the independence, he had no throne. So he was very angry and irritating. So you know what happened after that? He had his revenge. So he decided to assassinate his brother. He killed the second one who just become the king. Okay, yes. And however, not long after he become the king, he and his wife, his father, founding father over there, they were poisoned by the servant. Right. So they were poisoned in the food, and two of them passed away again. So at that time, there's only the queen and the smallest prince, 6 years old, is left. So the queen, she played very important role at that time for about 6 to 7 months, you know. Okay. So controlling the country, helping the small prince in order to, you know, or every types of, you know, meeting with generals, right? However, inside the royal family, people fighting each other because they think the small one cannot do anything. Yes. So the queen, she decided to give the throne to the another general under the king. So that is another good fighter of the king. His name is Lê Hoan. All right, Lê, family name. So that is how the second dynasty started from there. Stopped 12 years of the Ding dynasty. So we have the Lê dynasty started after 12 years, so 980. Okay. So inside there you will see that is the statue of the king sitting in the middle, and on both sides that is the statue of the princess. Okay. No statue of the queen is sitting here because she no longer belongs to this dynasty. The reason why, after she give the throne to the general, she actually get married to him as well. So she become the queen of the second dynasty. Okay, yes. So do you think there is any twist here inside this? You know the story I mentioned to you. The reason why you see there is a dragon with the hand of the woman holding the horn over there. Yeah. So actually, can you tell the reason why? Because people they gossiping about the relationship between the queen and the second dynasty. Yes. So this is another mistake of the king as well. Of the first one, of the Ding king. So actually, when he got married to the queen, he already found out he and she and the general, they were lovers already. Separate them up from each other, send him to out to sea, fighting everywhere, and let her stay back with him only. So, and the general want to show his loyal to the king, right? Of course, he will dedicate his lover to the king. However, the king, he was ended up not very well, right? So we don't know who's the poison yet, but this one is still like a mystery, you know. But when we come to the temple here, there is one artifact you saw outside there. That one confirm you somehow, about the history of the area here. So there is an interference of one woman inside this royal family. That is the dragon bat with the female hands. Okay, the female hands controlling the dragon, controlling the royal families over here. Okay, so that is merely, helping for you to understand about the history of the area here. Okay, so I think that we can have some time to visit the temple of the king inside there, and I will meet everyone over here after you finish about that. Let's say about 10 minutes. Okay. Yeah, so 10:50 we are coming back here. Okay. Tadi.
അത് കൊള്ളാം അല്ലേ? The guide was explaining as we triangle love story between the king, general and the queen. ഇതുണ്ട്, ഇത് നമ്മുടെ നാട്ടിലും ഇതുപോലെ തന്നെ കത്തിയും ഇതെല്ലാം വെച്ചിട്ട് എവിടെയും the story of the kingdom was beautifully explained by our guide, hinting on to some facts and the female power involved in deciding who should rule next.
But this later generation, they only care about themselves, care about lady singing, dancing, every day and night. So the later generation, they also got into the very serious disease that they pass away very early. Yes. Okay.
What did they go?
The disease, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So people, they name him after the disease as well. So we call them Lê Ngoại Chiêu. So Lei here is family name, yeah.
Okay.
What is mean to lie down, and chill, that is mean having meeting with general. So the king who have to sit, have to lie down the whole time when having meeting with general. Can you guess what type of disease? Very serious one because of the way he lived, the lifestyle, lustful lifestyle, enjoying drinking and everything. Can you guess? This disease very popular in Vietnam, you know.
What is it? What?
So
No.
can you guess? Have you
Cancer?
heard about hemorrhoid?
Yeah, hemorrhoids.
Yes. Hemorrhoid. You cannot sit down. Have to lie down the whole time. And then at that time we don't have medical condition, you know. Don't have disease for that one. So he passed away after he was like only 21 years. 1 years old, right? Very early.
We were now proceeding to another temple, and you can see that some sort of event was going on in the ground. Some competitive events was going on in the ground. This family walking in front of us is from Maharashtra, and the head of the family was very jovial and interactive. In most of the groups that we have been to, what we have seen is Indians tend to be in their own group and never interact with the other groups. But this is something different which I have seen. അവരുടെ യൂണിഫോം ആണെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു കേട്ടോ. യൂണിഫോം
Rồi chạy nhanh lên nào, chạy nhanh lên nào.
പിള്ളേരുടെ
Năng lượng lên để chúng ta về để cộng ăn trưa cho mọi người nhanh nhá. Rồi mỗi đội sẽ nhận một cột hơi dài và một cột hơi ngắn.
അല്ല ഇരുമ്പ്. This is just the layout of the temple that we are going to visit now, and it is a guide for those people who are visiting these temples and Howlo alone without a guide. Vietnamese people are actually very short, so these type of doors are built actually keeping them in consideration. A tall person cannot easily pass through this door or run through this door without hitting his head.
The architecture are the same. Inside here is the place where we worship the Lei King. Yeah. His wife, the Queen Zilvanga, and also their son as well. The king who have to lie down when having meetings. And another very, very popular figure in China as well. This is Confucius. You know Confucius, Kung Zhu. Yeah. Không ai biết gọi đến. So you can have a look inside. Right. Have a look at. Sorry. Yes, the king is not buried here. King is this is only the temple of the king. The tomb of the king is in a different place nearby here as well. Yeah.
King buried. Yeah.
This line, this is temporary line, not the main line. After that, we'll come back with our ancestor, and that is our real line. Because this line is last for 60, 70 years. But in the other line, we live forever. Yeah.
After visiting Howlo, the ancient capital, we proceeded to restaurant for our lunch. The restaurant had a wide variety of food, including veg and non-veg. After lunch, we proceeded to another area in Ninh province. That was it's an area for boating.
Alright, so right now we are having the boat trip, boat ride in Chang'an and Tam Cốc. So from here to the boating in Chang'an, 5 minutes. From here to the Tam Cốc, 20 minutes.